What's the best paper stock for your business card? Today we're gonna go through a sample kit that my friends over at Primoprint sent to me, and we're gonna figure that out for ourselves. This video is sponsored by Primoprint, online printing services. Hey, what's good? Lucin here, and look what came in the mail today. Free samples from Primoprint. Now, free samples are absolutely clutch to understand what type of paper stock your business card or anything that you print for that matter is gonna look and feel like. So we're gonna go through this today and see what's up. Sure, you can exchange contact information digitally, but I still give people my business card. It lets them know that you mean business, especially when you have an impactful design and printing combination. You can order one of these sample packs from Primoprint's website using the link down below. So go ahead and order yourself one and follow along. All right, boom. So let's dive right in and open up this bad boy. So what do we have here? We have a lot of cards that are designed the same way. And I actually appreciate this because now we get to see what the same design looks like in all different card stocks. So I've gotten other sample kits before, and they used to have a variety of different, designs. So some things you would be leaning towards a certain stock, maybe simply because the design was really good. So let's see. Wow, we have a lot of stuff here. Now what we have here is a spread of the Primoprint Sample Pack. I have it organized in a way where we go from regular to more premium cards. And then over here we have some postcards and stickers and letterheads. So since we're trying to figure out our business card, what we're going to print for it, let's start with that. What I have over here is an 18-point C1S trading card with no additional coating. So what this is that there is no coating. It's like regular print. But on the back, it feels like you can actually write on it very easily. Even though this one's in the shape of a baseball card, you can print this in a business card size. And it's actually pretty popular because you can have one side with your graphics, and then on the other side, you can add a little note to the person that you're giving your business card to. So pretty cool option right here. Now this one is a 16-point Glossy UV Coated business card. So why this one is cool is because the shininess of the card is all over. Now I typically use UV gloss on party flyers that I print out. They're very easy, they're shiny, but for a business card, I mean, this really feels more so, or I would recommend this type of weight, the 16-point and the glossiness, more for, I don't know, if you're trying to give away a coupon or something, or if it's a temporary card that you're trying to do. I mean, kind of like a good example is like a flyer of some sort, a party, a promo, but I wouldn't recommend this for a regular business card. Now notice the 1/8 inch corners. That's a really nice touch. I do like using this size of corners, and I will compare this to the 1/4 inch corners in the next one, which is right over here. Now this one is a 16-point matte business card. This one has the matte finish. So matte finish is pretty regular, I'm gonna say. It's like nothing crazy special about it. It feels like a card. But with this one, what's special about this one is that it has spot UV gloss. Now the spot UV gloss, the shininess is only on specific areas of the card. In this case, on certain textures blocks, and on the words spot UV gloss. So you can set that up in when you're ordering your cards, and it's a different file that you have, and I'll do another tutorial on how to set that up, but it's a black and white file. Whatever black is on the file gets printed as shininess, as the gloss. So check this out. On this particular card on the back, it has the different sizes: a 1/4 inch rounded corners, an 1/8 of an inch rounded corner. And if you wanted to do it as though, to make it look like this particular card, this card has rounded corners on just 2 sides and pointed corners on the other 2 sides. If you wanted that effect, that rounded quarter would have to be a 1/4 of an inch, kind of like this one. So to compare it with the previous one, notice how the 1/8 of an inch corner is much more subtle. It's not as aggressive as the 1/4 inch one. So this one's 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch. Like I said, I prefer the 1/8 of an inch. It just seems more subtle, but I think it's really just a thing of your preference. Now the next card that I have here is a 16-point C2S inline business card. So check this out. You see these Tetris blocks? What happens with inline foil is that a silver gets printed on first, and then your color design gets printed over it. So whatever gets designated to be inline foil comes out like this nice metallic look. This is how the inline foil looks like in different point sizes: 16 points, 14 point, 12 point, etc., etc. I wouldn't say it's as shiny as the Spot UV. Let's compare it. Spot UV gloss, I think, is a little bit more shiny. Like it kind of just like glosses more. Where the inline foil is kind of more of a metallic kind of look. And I'll compare, other metallic types of look too as well. So what's interesting about the inline foil, like I mentioned before, is that it's a silver metallic that prints on top of your design. So there's a little 4x6 postcard right here that Primoprint provided, and if you flip it around, there are a bunch of samples here of how that metallic can look on certain colors. Now you could print on all sorts of colors, all the colors of the rainbow, but this little sample right here gives you a pretty good idea of like what it can potentially look like. So I really like this. Very cool job, very interesting, and definitely a good option. Now next, I have this whole column here. They're all 32 points, uncoated, but they are thick and they have a painted edge. So this is pretty cool because this is a card. This is really thick. It doesn't feel cheap. And if you look, this painted edge over here is red. This one is black. This one is interesting because it's a triple layered Modcard. So on the edge, it has a layer of white, black, and then white again, kind of like a reverse Oreo. So that's kind of cool. It's a really small detail, but on the side, it looks pretty pro. So look, I have a black one, a black triple layer, a red one, and then these are pearlescent painted edges. So this one has is a nice blue one. This is a pearlescent green, and this is a pearlescent gold painted one. I'm thinking that the pearlescent ones are more, well, they look kind of shiny actually. A little hint of glitter on them compared to the regular red one. I don't know if you guys could see. So like I was saying, these cards feel pretty hard, pretty sturdy, very durable, thick. These cards feel like you mean business. But they're uncoated, so I don't think you can't print let's say like a Spot UV gloss on a thick card like this. It's kind of either you're gonna go with Spot UV gloss or inline foil, or a really thick card with a painted edge. You also have the option of no edge color, so it could just be all white. And if you're gonna order your sample pack, just make sure to let them know what color you want so they could throw that in there for you. Now next on here, I have silk laminated business card with the stamped foil. So one, silk laminated feels really nice. It's kind of like well, it's silky, it's smooth. It's definitely different than the matte business card. I mean, matte feels like a regular card. Plus with the matte card, you could kind of see, not texture, but it just looks like a regular card, whereas the silky one is just incredibly smooth. Now, I've always used the silk laminated business card for my business cards. It was always the premier sort of choice, and I definitely recommend it. It's a pretty good business card. You know, it's not, you know, plain. It's not regular, and it does feel really nice to the touch. Now the stamped foil. Now compare this to the inline foil. Honestly, on camera, you're not gonna really be able to tell the difference, but I think the stamped foil is just much, much more shinier. It's much more vibrant. It's almost like a mirror, whereas inline foil, not really. It's more of a nice little touch of metallicness to your colors. Stamped foil is almost like you're looking at a mirror. And because it's stamped, it's the inline foil is in line with the ink. The stamped foil, there's a slight effect where it feels like that the foil is stamped within the card, so it kind of feels like there's a little bit of a indent in the card, so to speak. But this is a really cool option for your business card. I like it. And the stamped foil on black looks pretty pro. Next I have here is another silk laminated business card, but this one has a 1/4 of an inch rounded corner and a spot UV gloss on it. So again, the silk laminated really feels like so good. I wish this was like feel-o-vision so you can actually feel it, but I'm trying to do my best to describe it. It doesn't feel like a regular business card. Like, people are gonna touch this and they're gonna be like, oh wow, it kind of feels slick. It kind of feels like I don't know, like you could like ice skate on it or something. It's kind of dope. So definitely recommend this again. The silk laminated business card is really cool with the spot UV, of course. Okay, and now this is probably one of the more recent business cards that I've ever felt or seen. It is the velvet laminated business card. Now, I absolutely love this. This feels super soft. Like so velvet, I mean, not like a whole velvet, like a velvet carpet or like rug or anything like that, but it's just like so, I don't know, the texture feels extremely premium. Extremely premium. Like, this is what I'm gonna print my business card in. Definitely the velvet laminated business card. I like the spot UV again. Spot UV is just a super pro a touch, because you can put anything that you want as a spot UV. So this feels really cool. I absolutely recommend it. Very good job, Primoprint. Now right here, another velvet laminated business card, but with gold raised foil. Now check this out. This is pretty freaking sexy. Now, because it's raised foil, not only is the foil shiny, but then it's just sort of like another layer of ink. Like they just sort of, you could totally touch that and feel the texture that it's raised. That is a really cool touch. I absolutely recommend it. I'm very impressed actually by this raised gold. This is really sexy. It feels like you're, how do you have gold on a business card? I mean, that's fantastic. So I don't know, if I was a jeweler, I definitely have, the gold raised foil, or even this one that's a silver raised foil. Check that one out. Now compare the silver raised foil with the stamped foil. Again, I mean, they both look very mirrory, like they both have that mirror and shininess to it. But the raised foil is just puts it over the edge. Wow, like it's impressive. And again, like if you were to do, now this one's silk laminated, if you were to do the velvet, oh man, and they have the raised foil on the text over here. So on one side I'm feeling like the velvet, but on the other side with my finger I'm feeling the raised foil. It is quite the impressive feeling all over. It's a little, I don't know, it's like candy to my fingers to be able to just be feeling this on a business card. So very good. And now this one, OMG, this is what I'm going to be printing my business cards in for sure. So I'm doing a little rebranding of my business, Hallucinated Design. And I'm going to be rebranding it as more of like an optical illusion logo, or like a hypnotic logo. I do have a lot of fun with like lights and special effects. And if you want special effects, like this is it right here. This is a holographic raised foil. Super, super impressive because it just combines everything. It's shiny, it's raised, and as you move the card along, you just have all these different colors bouncing off of it. Super, super dope. I mean, I know it's not for everybody. But it's certainly impressive. I absolutely love it. And let's compare it to just a regular raised foil. You see that? So we got the raised foil, it shines silver. And then we got the raised foil that's holographic. It shines all sorts of colors. This is absolutely impressive. Like, I've never seen a business card that does something like this. So, velvet, raised foil, superb, superb, superb. I love it, I love it, I love it. This is actually a velvet business card with raised spot UV. Raised spot UV is also a very, very nice touch. I mean, it just adds that extra layer of oomph in your card. You know what I'm saying? So you get the shininess, you get that extra layer. And if you use the other side to do some magic tricks with your raised spot UV, it just feels good. And I mean, you know what? I think it's also because of the velvet laminated card here. You just can't go wrong. It's super impressive. And a business card, what I use it for is to do another sort of first impression after I've danced with the client and told them all the things that I can help them out with. Here, take my card. And then they feel it, they're like, oh, you are a designer. Because it's not just the design, but then the touch, and that's all part of your branding. And I think it's super important to keep note of what type of card you're going to print. Now, this next card I got over here is a French Kraft hang tag. So French Kraft means that it's actually made from 30% recycled paper, and it has a very, very cool texture to it. When I say texture, I mean of the print. So it's like a nice light brown color, but then there's like little brown, dark brown specks all over it. So it really makes it look like a natural tree or some sort, like natural paper. Now, I use this French Kraft stock for my wedding save the dates. My wedding was at a backyard, in my brother's backyard, shout out to him. And we were going for a very natural look, not like super fancy. And this was the correct card for it. These two right here, these are plastic cards. So I think these are very, very pro as well, because these cards are not gonna rip. Like, these are just durable and super strong. I mean, they're plastic, I mean, they're 20 points, so they're not as thick as the 32 point cards, but they are durable. I mean, they'll survive a thunderstorm. So the difference between these two cards, though, is that this is a white plastic business card, meaning that it's printed right on white plastic. So both sides are printed. Whereas this one in particular is a frosted business card. So look at the white, it ends up being sort of see-through. But the one thing about the frosted plastic business card is that when you turn it around, it is only one side. The other side is completely reversed information. So that may or may not turn people on. Like with the white plastic business card, you could design both sides. With the frosted one, you can only design one side, but it does look super cool. It looks pro. Cool, so then those are all the business cards right there. And then included in the rest of the sample kit are these other flyers and things. My recommendation is doing the velvet laminated business card. That's if you really want to give a really good pro impression. Like, hey, I know what I'm doing and you need to hire me. You're gonna remember me, especially if you have some raised either foil or a raised spot UV. There you have it. I think this is an excellent example of a sample pack. I definitely recommend you get your sample pack from Primoprint. Again, the link is down below. You have the choice of printing whatever cardstock you want for your business card. I implore you though to feel everything and decide on what, I'm going super pro. I'm gonna go with the velvet laminated or plastic card, or even the 32 point thick card with the painted edge on it. Or I'm just starting off. I'm not that pro yet. Let me get the glossy UV coated card, or even like a matte business card. maybe add a little bit of sazon there with the inline foil, and you know, I could deal with that, and then maybe upgrade to the silk or velvet whenever I feel necessary. So this is very, very helpful, especially if you are a designer, or if you're an agency, or if you work with companies that want some printing. I always recommend for you to invite them to your office and have them look, touch, and feel all these different cards. Super, super helpful. I do that to my clients all the time. I tell them to, hey, come on over, just come and feel everything. And they love it. They absolutely love it. It connects their design that we designed for them to what they're going to be giving out to their customers. And they need to be proud of it, you know? So they need to like really be like, hey, here's my card, let's do business.
This is perfect.
Yeah.
Every business card should be like this.
It feels good, right?
It feels good. I want to sleep with it.
There you have it. I hope you learned something. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. Again, you can get your Primoprint Sample Pack in the link below. And I will see you in the next video. Until next time, peace.